What if I told you? Iran, Israel, and the United States were once secret allies. They traded oil, shared intelligence, even trusted each other with military secrets. So how did friends turn into enemies who now launch missiles at each other? This isn't just another war story. This is a 70-year chain reaction of coups, revolutions, assassinations, and nuclear fear. And once you understand the real history, you'll realize this war was almost inevitable. Let's rewind to the 1950s. Back then, Iran was ruled by a king called the Shah. Iran was modern, Western-friendly, and closely allied with America. The United States saw Iran as a strategic partner. Israel saw Iran as a rare friend in the Muslim world. The three countries cooperated secretly in oil trade, intelligence, sharing military technology. Iran even supplied oil to Israel. At this point, war between them would have sounded impossible, but everything changed. Because of oil. In 1953, Iran democratically elected a prime minister. He made one bold decision. He nationalized Iran's oil. That meant Western companies lost control of billions of dollars. America and Britain panicked soon after. A covert operation removed the prime minister and restored the Shah's full power. To the West, it was geopolitics. To Iranians, it was the day their democracy was stolen. This moment planted deep anti-American anger in Iran. The anger would explode 26 years later. In 1979, millions of Iranians flooded the streets. They overthrew the Shah. They ended Western influence, and they created an Islamic republic. The new leadership declared America the Great Satan. Israel became the Little Satan. Overnight, allies became enemies. Then came the moment that destroyed relations forever. Iranian students stormed the U.S. Embassy and took 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. From that day onward, no diplomatic relations. No trust. Only hostility. The Middle East had just entered a new era. After the revolution, Iran adopted a new mission: oppose Israel's existence. Iran began funding and training groups that fight Israel. This included powerful militias across the Middle East. Instead of fighting directly, Iran and Israel fought a shadow war, secret operations, cyber attacks. Assassinations. Airstrikes. For decades, the war remained hidden. Until a new fear emerged: nuclear weapons. Iran insists its nuclear program is for energy. Israel and the United States fear is for bombs. For Israel, a nuclear Iran isn't just a threat. It's an existential danger. Years of negotiations tried to limit Iran's nuclear activity. Deals were signed. Deals were broken. Sanctions were imposed. Each failed. Negotiation increased tension. The shadow war grew more dangerous. And then the killing started. The shadow war turns deadly. Top generals were assassinated. Scientists were targeted. Military bases were sabotaged. Missiles began flying across borders. Cyber warfare attacked nuclear facilities. Drone strikes became normal. The secret war was no longer secret. The Middle East became a powder keg. All it needed was one spark. By the mid-2020s, everything reached a breaking point. Negotiations collapsed. Missile programs expanded. Allies joined the conflict. Fear turned into action, and the long shadow war finally became open confrontation. A conflict decades in the making had arrived. This war didn't begin last year. It didn't begin last decade. It began 70 years ago with a coup, a revolution, a devolution, hostage crisis, and a nuclear fear that never disappeared. History doesn't just shape the future. Sometimes it explodes into it. And now the world watches to see what happens next.